Sorry, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. So for me, it's more or less the same. It is more about impact, having an opportunity to build networks that bring us together, to grow ourselves, and more importantly, grow the community. The more you give, the more you get. So it was just a timely opportunity to join Rotary at this particular moment in time. Thank you.
Thank you. Kirote? Janet Kyoko?
Thanks, Eric. As everyone else has said, basically I joined Rotary for networking and also just to give back to the society. And through Rotary, I've been able to expand my network, yeah. And also, I've got to learn a lot. And of course, there's the aspect of traveling and getting to meet new people. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Mr. Witty? Mr. Witty? Lamek? Thank you. As you've seen, we have quite a number of reasons why people join Rotary, but the major one remains service to humanity, service to communities, providing help. This help, you can provide it in many ways. That's why Rotarians are very diversified. Through your skills, if you're an IT person, you can offer to install computers donated to a school for free. If you're a lawyer, you can offer litigation services to Rotary clubs. If you're a mason or a contractor, whenever there's a project for Rotary, you can also participate by using your expertise if you don't have money. So it's either money, your expertise, or connections. So the objective for this talk today is to have people perform optimally in their Rotary clubs, which I'm passionate about. So we all come from different areas, and commitment is one of the key things that is affecting Rotary clubs. And that's why I talk about this. So what is commitment? It's keeping up to the promise. When you came into Rotary, you actually vetted, and actually what was observed was your attendance. So you find that many people, they get into Rotary Club, and after some time they are dying off, their commitment is wanting. So I would like to share the levels of commitment so that you can know where you belong. Fair weather. You are seasonal, you attend Rotary Club meetings only when it is convenient for you. You can always blame the traffic, you can always blame the rain, you can blame Mandamano, that's why today you didn't make it up. Situational. You only attend Rotary meetings when the situation allows you. Non-situational is the best, because no matter the situation, you'll always turn up for your Rotary meetings, socials, projects. Marital is the best commitment if we were to embrace it, because it is just like marriage, till death do us apart. It means we are together with our Rotarians forever. We are glued, we are committed. As Martin Luther said, I just want to be there in love and in justice and in truth and in commitment to others, so that we make of this world a new world. If we commit to our Rotary clubs, we'll not have problems. So I'll go back to the topic with the second slide. The giants in Rotary are actually you and me. Some have actually died off. Are you able to see my slide? Are you able to see my slide?
Not yet.
Okay.
There we go.
The giants in Rotary are actually you and me, but some have the giant in them has disappeared because they're not active, they're not participating. So there are many ways people are wasting their time in Rotary, and it's because if you don't plan, you're failing to. That's where you'll fail. Some of the symptoms of those who are failing in Rotary include they're always late, they show up late. And showing up late, it means that if a Rotary Club meeting is 1 hour and you come 15 minutes towards the end, and you are a doctor and there's a project that involves your input, it means that your shop will be closed and your input will not be obtained. So it is important that we show up early, on time, 30 minutes before the meeting, so that we're able to participate and give our ideas and input. Non-participation. You're in a Rotary Club, but you don't participate. The same way you see in WhatsApp groups, there are people who don't communicate, they don't participate, they don't share ideas. It is important that you participate in your club by attending meetings, by giving ideas, suggestions, and also using your networks. For example, a Rotary Club is looking for a donor for books, and yet you have a friend who is a publisher who runs a bookshop. If you're always participating, you'll be able to talk to that person to be able to participate in that project. So, and even those who work in banks and different institutions, it is good if you participate and be able to open your networks for your Rotary clubs. Others are frequently absent. That affects your participation too. Never inviting visitors. When is the last time you talked to your family, your nuclear family, your extended family, about the goodness of Rotary, the good things that Rotary has benefited you and your friends? The world outside there is looking for these stories, good stories, not giving or contributing ideas, skills, connections, and happies. I've seen members who spend $100 on scholarship, while in the main meeting, they didn't even contribute $1. My challenge to you is, please contribute, even if it's $1, to your club every time you attend a meeting. A family depends on $1 in Africa for a meal for the whole day. So if you have to contribute $1, it means that you have fed a family that day. So I'll repeat again, happies, contributions, please, members, contribute something to your club, no matter how small it is. And let us start with $1. You can give as much as you want, but please maintain that you give $1. Lack of mentorship. You bring in a Rotarian to your club. In Rotary, you're supposed to handhold that new Rotarian, but you find that the sponsor disappears immediately after bringing that person. So you find the Rotarian lacks mentorship. Losing your goal. There are many goals why you came to Rotary, but let us continue to focus on the main goal of Rotary, which includes contribution to service projects, help to humanity, wash, sanitization, education, and other projects that Rotary is engaged in. There's also a necessary competition between Rotary clubs and a necessary competition between members in a Rotary club. Members in a Rotary club competing for nothing. Let us focus on participation. Let us focus on growing our clubs. Let us focus on helping each other within our clubs. Let us stop our differences and focus on developing, growing our clubs. The other thing is not sponsoring a member. You've been in Rotary for 5 years, 10 years, you have never sponsored a member. I'm on a drive that says that each of us to contribute at least one member to their Rotary clubs. If your club is 22 people and 20 people sponsor a member, it means your club will double. Why? Sponsorship. The more we are, the more the impact we'll be able to do to the world. The less we are, the bigger the burden. So it's important that each of us contributes to Rotary through sponsorship. Not reading. My Rotary is one of the places that many Rotarians don't log in. Why am I emphasizing on reading? Because a good leader reads. And the information that you obtained on my Rotary is very relevant for your growth, personal growth in Rotary through the journey, and it actually affects your performance. So if you don't read, you'll be operating from guesswork. Also, airing your grievances among club mates, visitors during club meetings is one of the things that affects clubs members. Lack of creativity and innovation. Visiting other clubs, you are able to pick the best things that you can share with your leadership, and those things can actually change or impact your club positively. For example, there's a club I visited, Rotary Club of Nairobi. They run their meeting within 1 hour time frame and within the Rotary structure. And that is something good you can pick. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. So the giants in Rotary, actually you and me, again, I repeat, let us actually not just sit in our clubs, but let us be committed to our clubs so that we can grow our clubs, we can grow Rotary membership in Kenya and throughout the world. Rotary membership has been stagnant for some time, but if we grow the membership and increase and bring about quality members in our clubs, it will help us all. The more we are, the less the burden. Imagine if you are only two Rotarians in the world, you will have to shoulder all the burden that exists. If we were to get 1 million quality Rotarians in Kenya, the burden will be so less. Also, the other thing is Rotarians not following up on visitors. We need to be following up on visitors immediately after the meeting to engage them and include them in everything that we do. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for attending. I appreciate your time. Rotary has been so good to me for the last 1 year, and I believe it is also good to you all. Service beyond self. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Eric. That was really a good talk. Maybe you can take a few questions. You can raise your hand or drop a chat for Eric to, you can take a few questions. Indeed, Eric, you've talked about giants. I think there are many sleeping giants in Rotary. I don't know what we do to awaken them, but as you've said, they need to take initiatives to be active, to participate in club events and club activities. And of course, they need to stop having excuses of not coming to meetings and Rotary events or stuff, but now they need to find reasons to do so. So just buying time as we try and get a few questions from any questions from the chat. You can also raise your hand. Just start scanning to see if there are any questions.
George.
These are George has, yeah.
President George.
Thank you very much for the insightful presentation. Our club is around 18 or 19 days old. And just wanted to have some insights, both from you and maybe even from the team at Jabali, in terms of how you get going, how it was getting to your first landmark project and then building on momentum, especially early doors.
Thank you. Thank you, President George. Rotary clubs are actually groupings. That's where many people are have come together. And these people, when they come together, you have to give them value. If you don't give them value, they start dropping off. So how do you get value for members? One, invite good speakers who can captivate them and do proper research on the speakers that you bring about. It's not just getting somebody somewhere to go and speak. Speak on relevant topics that actually can excite your flock. For example, right now, many people are fumbling with the economic crisis. People are fumbling with debt. So if you are to talk about common things that are ailing people, it can be good. Also, when you do, clubs are encouraged to do club health survey. Through the club health survey, you're able to know what your members want. So you're able to work with what they want, but not with what you think they want. So let the club be member driven. Also, listening to them is another thing that encourages them to see that they're also accepted and their views are also being used. So if you don't use or implement or listen to your club members, it also affects it. So work within those confines. The other thing that works also very well with groupings, and Rotary is one of them, recognize members. When, for example, their clubs have seen when you come early, you are given a watch. When you sponsor a member, you are given a badge. These are people love recognition and visibility. So if you can recognize members, you'll find that you'll stick them together.
Thank you, Eric. We also have 2 questions in the chat. Maybe I can read it for you. One says, "What Catherine Lee?" I hope I pronounced this name right. Catherine Leach. What are some of the?
It's Leach.
Yeah. Hi, Catherine.
Hi.
Sorry for that. Catherine says, what are some of the incentives that leaders can use to motivate members to keep up the commitment?
One is recognition. Recognize members when they come early, appreciate them for any good thing they do. For example, I saw somebody a member donated, provided a Rotary Club with somebody who donated books, and that member was not appreciated. How do you think he feels? So appreciate somebody for any small contribution, any small gesture.
All right. Frida's hand is up. In the spirit of appreciation, Frida, we've seen your hand. Please speak.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I appreciate the opportunity to share. And thank you, Eric Obwaka. It's my pleasure to see you grow in Rotary. It's just been barely 1 year, and I'm so proud of you. So thank you so much. Yeah, my name is Frida Kirote. I'm the membership chair for RC Nairobi Muthaiga North. And I've served in that role last year, and I'm also currently serving this year. And my comment or my encouragement to the clubs right now, I was able to bring 25 members to our club. Currently, we are 119. So it is doable. Even for a club that is 20, it's still doable. And I just want to emphasize the one comment that Eric did. If one of us invited just one member, yeah, we double our numbers. It's so easy. Then what has worked for us in terms of retaining members into the club and having members who are really engaged is that we have a structured training. For us, it's not about you attend 2 meetings and you become a member. You have to go through 8 classes. And for us, the reason for that is that to ensure that people understand Rotary. What is Rotary about? Does it conform to your needs? It's not everybody who is into Rotary to give. But the mandate of Rotary is you're passionate about giving, serving your community. I mean, that's the first thing. So you should not agree to that. Then we tell you Rotary is not for you. We don't hide it from you. And of course, we also share the benefits in Rotary. For example, you can travel, you can make friends. There are a number of things you can do in Rotary. And now with that structured training, we don't even request people to pay in advance until you have confirmed that you are aware of the commitment. And one of them is participation. If you don't have time, Rotary is for busy people who can be able to create time, be intentional, and attend the participate in project activities. Also attendance. Rotary says that you have to attend at least 50%. For us, we insist, there's no reason you shouldn't attend. We have hybrid meetings, so you have no excuse that there was traffic, and there's no excuse that is, bigger than the other one. The other one is a payment. Clubs are struggling right now because of, not able to pay their dues on time. So some clubs have gone to prepaid kind of system. I know one of our baby club has done, and it's working very well. So that you don't have people dropping in the middle of the year. That affects the projects that you have. For example, if they are reading some projects, if they are contributing their, in terms of their classification, that affects the club. Yeah, and also puts the club in terms of the RA or the district into not so good wherever position. So the thing is about commitment. That is what Eric has emphasized, and I really want to encourage clubs. Just take members who really understand Rotary and they are ready to commit into the 3 mandatory requirements. The other thing we're encouraging our members is also to do TRF contribution. We put our funds together to be able now to do bigger projects. So if a Rotarian, apart from paying your happy dollars, it is important for them to be aware that they also need to make a contribution to the TRF, that is the Rotary Foundation, not only for the share fund or for the polio project, but even through the PHF process. So thank you so much, Eric. And thank you so much to RC Jabari. I'm very happy to be part of your fellowship tonight. And let's have, build ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Frida. Rotary clubs should have strict vetting for the incoming members, because right now there are many people who are coming into Rotary and they turn into rhinos. I've seen people who get the badge today after induction, then the next meeting, actually you predict they'll not come, and you see they'll not come, and you see for the next 6 months those people are not coming. They're not coming for the meeting. So rhinos can be avoided through strong vetting. I even told somebody the other day that when you are having new people who want to get into Rotary, Google them. There was a club that actually put somebody into the Rotary club, and that person had a pending case at the Kenya Anti-Corruption Authority. And that case is on Google. So you can imagine that club will have just Googled that person and they will be able to stop that. So we have to be careful about the people we attract, induct, and maintain. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. And to Frida, that was, I'm still in awe, how you managed to do 27 members in a year. I think maybe we will be there. I mean, we are in the right trajectory, we are in the right, or we are putting everything as RC Jabal. We just turned a year yesterday. And I think with what we've been doing and what our plans are, we hope one day we'll be talking about having inducted 27 members in a year. Yeah, it looks like a mountain, but I think very soon we'll make it a molehill. And that was eye-opening, how you talked about membership being commitment, the way we love ourselves is the way we can love Rotary, being committed, the way you go and buy yourself a nice shoe and nice clothes, is how also you need to do when you are doing with Rotary. Are you part of the committees? Are you part of the event planning? Have you played your Rotary dues? Have you done donation to TRF and all that? Thanks a lot, Frida. And I think, let me go to the chat. Yeah, I think you have another question, Eric. How did you go about prioritizing your projects being a new club? Catherine says she's in a new club that's only 19 days old. And the question is, how did you go about prioritizing your projects?
You look at, of course, by the time our club has projects, they've done needs assessments. So you look at which projects will have a bigger impact. So the projects with bigger impacts will be the ones you put forward, followed by the ones with lesser impact. So you prioritize the projects based on impact to the community that you're going to serve. I hope that's okay.
So priorities on impact. And yes, I guess we'll borrow a few notes on that. Impact, impact, impact. And I think we do not have any other questions. Thanks, Eric, for that. Being our first meeting in the new year.
Maybe I can add something as you,
right,
and then I leave it to you. The other thing I've seen in Rotary clubs is that members are falling off, and this is actually something to do with dues. Actually, I can say I understand that, and there's clubs need to be creative. What is this creativity? For example, in Rotary Club of Magharibi, where I come from, there's something called buddy system. You pair up somebody who is always present with somebody who is always absent. So you find this person will be pushing this person towards attendance. You pair up somebody who is very negative with somebody who is very positive. It works magic. Then there's something called Murata, a group of friends. You group members into 4 members or 5 members. So they have their own things they are doing. It helps to keep them together. As far as the payment of dues is concerned, you can make it simple for your club. I'm saying you can. It's not a must. You make it simple for them to pay their dues. For example, our Happies at RC Magharibi are part payment of our membership. So you find that if members can be able to pay 465 shillings every week towards their membership, you'll find that by the time they're due for renewal, actually they've paid a bigger part or more than that. So malipo ya mdogo mdogo to the club is one of the innovations that are there. Because by the time the money is needed, they have other things fighting for the same money. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
May I comment?
Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to comment on someone who has asked about projects, and there's something that is happening, especially within our district, about donor fatigues, and And the reason for that is we're doing so many small projects such that every other meeting, we're asking people for money. We want to go plant trees here, give you 150, give you 500. And then also next week, there's some other small activities, sanitary pads somewhere. So the clubs has to be very strategic on where they want to go. Which theme do they want to run with? There are some clubs that are known, like for our club is known for maternal and child health. So we'll go for big grants, 10 million, 20 million, and members' contribution. We only need to do like $1 million for us to get the grants. So it's easier to focus on bigger projects and projects that are known to your club. For example, if I may ask you, RC Jabari is known for what? Is it the wheelchair? Yeah. Is it the sanitary pads projects? You know, you have to really be very strategic when you're looking at the projects you want to focus on, and also avoid the very small project that keeps, you know, every other fellowship, you're asking people for money. It is small money, but the fact that you're singing money every day, people think that they're being asked for money in Rotary. That should not be the case. Their anti-shillings I'm making every other week, I can combine that and give it to 3,000 a year. I won't feel the pain because it's coming. It's not so regular. So for projects, please be careful on what you want to be known for and focus on bigger things. It's doable. Ask your connections. They'll do a charity golf and invite, people within your networks and connections, and they'll bring that money, not necessarily asking the club members to contribute. So sit down, have a strategic plan on how you want to deal with your projects. Sorry for interjecting on that one, but I think it was a very important thing, especially for the young clubs. They can learn from, what some of us have already learned, the lessons you've already learned. They don't have to go through the same process. So be very intentional on what you want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Frida. Thanks. Eric, you
Yes.
had something? Yeah.
I love the word innovation. I've just seen innovation that's going to happen in Mombasa. You can see some clubs are doing joint inductions together. There's no need for a club to continue operating for the last 30 years, and you're doing your induction alone. Can you find another compatible club that you can do joint inductions, joint socials, joint something? That, because there are members both sides, Club A and Club B, who have never interacted, who have never met. That encourages people to start working together, and that's when projects come in, you find that people are able to partner and work together. It's difficult to make two clubs to partner on projects if they're not friends, if they've never met. So innovation is very key. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we've learned that we need to be innovative and committed. And as we start the new year, being a Rotary where we need to be bigger. I mean, as a kid grows older, they are expected to do more and better. And as Jabali goes, as we go to the second year, we look into being a bigger baby now, maybe from crawling to now running, and very soon will be, Jabali will be known for big membership, big projects, and of course, being a club where everyone looks forward to fellowship or be part of. And thank you very much, Eric. I think before we go to the final bits of the meeting, I'll invite a few members a few also visitors in the club. I randomly choose 2 names, and then they can give us, you can know them, say their name, what they do, what brought them here, brought them in today. So I'll start with Hilda. Hi, Hilda.
Hi, my name is Hilda. How are you? I was invited by a friend. So yes,
I think there is an issue with
hello.
yeah, we can now hear you. There was I think your bandwidth, there's an issue with your bandwidth. We keep losing.
Oh, okay. So I was invited by a friend, and this is my first interaction with a group of people from the Rotary Club, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm keen to join other meetings and events, to be part of the community events in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll be happy to see you around. And Ibrahim Jeroge. Ibrahim.
I was invited by a friend of mine called Florence, so I'm glad to be here.
We couldn't hear you. I think you were speaking on mute. Maybe you can start again.
Okay, good evening. My name is Ibrahim Jeroge. I am a Rotaractor, actually. I was invited by a friend of mine called Florence. I don't know. Yeah, Florence Kamau. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, we have new faces, new names. I think after the meeting, back in you may attend, we say, have you hi and all that. I'll now invite our SAA for the night. Job. Job, can you hear me? Seems Job is not in. Ben, kindly be our SAA for the night.
No worries. Fine. The same moment is where we collect our happies and sads. You can speak up, tell us how your day was, especially today. Did you have a good day? Did you have a bad day? Have you cried due to some other factors? Yes, and the till number is on the screen. Yeah, you get a few minutes of airtime as well. So the floor is open. If you have mic issues, you can type. Otherwise, you're free to speak up.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Fine, Eric.
Yeah. I have 3 happy dollars. First of all is for Eric for honoring our invite. The second one is also for that wonderful presentation he has given to us and the insights that are there in Rotary. And the third and the last one is for everyone who attended this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Frida, is your hand up? Or this was your previous hand raise?
Yes, it's a legacy one, but I can still take the opportunity to share my happy dollars. I've already sent 3 happy dollars. And the first one is to thank Eric first for inviting me to the meeting. I appreciate that. Second is for his presentation. And he's a baby who grows very fast. I feel challenged, the fact that he has been there already for 1 year and doing great things. I feel challenged, and I wish every Rotarian can borrow from that. My third happy dollar is to the RC Jabari team. I thank you for the giving me an airtime to share my thoughts, and I'll be happy to support you, especially when it comes to membership. Yes, so that you can go to club and get bigger impacts. Thank you so much, and good night, everyone. It was a beautiful fellowship. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Kahoro. Rotarian Kahoro. I'll wait for him. Emmanuel, you can still return the slide for the till number. Then we have Evelyn, who has sent 5 happies for the fellowship with Jabali and the presentation from Magharibi and everyone who attended. Thank you. I think this is also Eric giving 5 ESDs. That's very good. And Nick, you are welcomed to our fellowships as well. Then we have 5 happies from Catherine for the wonderful fellowship and her being new, and it was nice. I hope you've received as much guidance and wisdom as you expected. Then we can go back to Samuel. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Mine is 3 happies. 2 happies go to our presenter today. We really had quite a lot to learn from. The last happy I have is I was excited to meet Jabali team over the weekend in Nanyuki. And I think I've been attending these virtual meetings for quite some time. We have never had a chance to meet. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Samuel. I didn't know you had that, Samuel. That was nice. Lieutenant Kaharo, have you been able to?
Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Kaharo Ngodo, a Rotarian from RC Nairobi Thika Road. It's my first time to join the Club of Jabal. $2 happy for Eric. That was insightful. And also, Frida, your contribution really goes a long way. Appreciated.
Thank you very much. Can see our speaker's hand is up. Yes, Mr. Eric.
Thank you. I'll contribute $5 happy dollars. I'm so happy that the people I invited, all the 15 people came today. I'm happy. Thank you so much. And as I said, in every Rotary Club meeting, pay $1 happy dollar, at least bare minimum. Thank you so much for those who've done that.
Thank you very much. Madam Frida. Sorry, yeah, this is Frida Minor. I've just noticed that two Fridas. Frida Minor. Okay. Then we have 2 appeals from Motier. Actually, Motier wanted. I was just about to find you and your new incoming because of the silence that we had when you were starting. But thank you for taking it upon yourself. Then we have the dollar rate. It works at 100, so that's the conversion rate. Then this should be Kennedy Macau. She has not she, sorry, he. 3 silent happy dollars for the meeting, and Jacinta gives 2 more happies. Frida Minor, have you been able to unmute now? We have George. George, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I've given $3 happy just to make an interaction with RC Jabali, who of course we will be looking to link up with, because their path is almost resembling to ours as we begin, and for the good session that has been done by Rotarian Eric. Thank you, and I'll ask myself to be allowed to step out of the meeting. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana, and you're welcome. All the guests, you're welcome to our meetings. Feel much welcome. Then we have Nicholas Isaac, who was given 3 happies. Frida Minor, fine, no problem with the mic. I can see you have 2 happies from the invitee from Ruth, and 1 happy for honoring the invite at Nanyuki. It was fun at Nanyuki. We had a good time. Yeah, Catherine, no problem. You can step out. If there is no one else, I will be handing over this just a second to confirm. I have checked everyone. I think, Caro, this is your previous hand, right? Good. Back to you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Also 3 happies for me. Sorry, 2 happies and 1 sad. 1 is for pronouncing Catherine's name wrongly. I can't even dare pronounce it again, the second name. And then 2 is for Eric, featuring Frida for the good words of wisdom they have shared with us as a young club. Indeed, we need to be innovative and committed in order to grow and in order to grow and be more, to create more impact in our societies. So 3 happies for me. I think thanks a lot, Ben. Just a few announcements. The Bali people look for, we are the models of this city. We look very well, and we have our merchandise. You can